Hello, hello, hello. How you guys doing? This is good old Grandmaster Evan here. Well, it looks like Jimmy Fallon is in some deep shit, and looks like his spot on the Tonight Show as the host could be soon coming to an end. Um, there was a footage, an old SNL skit back 20 years ago where he wore blackface.
I've heard more satisfactory
Someone found it and had this conniption fit. This, oh my God, Jimmy Fallon wore blackface. Yeah, 20 fucking years ago. How about going after Jimmy Kimmel? What he did over 20 fucking years ago.
Captain Rigel is in charge of writing up the report on this one. If I could ask you for one final favor, that you report your success to him.
You know, it don't matter what you've done, even 30 years ago. Somebody would want to run your life by bringing up what you did 20, 25, even 40 years ago. It could be even 40 or even 50 years ago. You could be fired from a job for doing what you did 50 years ago. Right? So I'm sitting here hearing about the story of Jimmy Fallon might be his job as Tonight Show host could be coming to an end here pretty soon. Because of what he did 20 years ago. Oh my God, Jimmy Fallon wore blackface during a skit on SNL. It was 20 fucking years ago, motherfuckers. Look. What happened then happened then. We're 20 years ahead of that shit. We're in 2020, not 2000, okay? So, I mean, Jimmy Kimmel did the same shit over 20 years ago on the Man Show. How come nobody's complaining about that? Because it was 20 fucking years ago. If I did that 25 years ago, I'll probably get, do you remember this 25 years ago? No. Because I don't remember that shit. 25 years ago, I don't fucking remember. I wouldn't remember. So, I mean, it is kind of funny.
I see a risk worth taking.
That they're taking this as, oh, it's offensive to people. It was 20 years ago. Some of you motherfuckers got all bent out of shape of what Kevin Hart said 12 years ago. On Twitter. Somebody complained, we got to remove him from hosting. Kiss my ass, okay? What was done 12 years ago was done 12 years ago. What was done 20 years ago was done 20 years ago.
Next time you need assistance, let me know.
And some of you won't let it go. Why? Because you're a bunch of PC fucking pussies. You would love to bring shit up on people that they did 20 years ago. Okay? Look. You got that one dumb shit that did the blackface over what? 40 plus years ago? And you tried to remove him from what? That was a long fucking time ago. And it seems you guys don't grow the fuck up and realize that was over nearly 40 plus years ago? Let it fucking go. My God. I can understand the era we're in. That I can understand. But whatever was done years ago was years ago. But it seems that some of you don't quite get it. That it was over 20 years ago. How about go after Jimmy Kimmel for that shit? Oh, we gotta protect Jimmy. It's okay for Jimmy Kimmel to do it 20 years ago, but not Jimmy Fallon. Okay. But the fact is, folks, what happened 20 years ago was 20 fucking years ago. And you got to want to let it go. You want to keep reminding people what happened 20 years ago, 30 years ago, or even 40 years ago. It is time to grow the fuck up. If you're offended by it 20 years ago, go fuck yourself. Nobody gives a rat's ass on how, Jimmy Fallon offended us by wearing that shit. Nobody gives a good goddamn. Okay? Look. That was 20 years ago on SNL. Okay? But my question is this. When can some of you grow the fuck up? I realize it was 2 decades ago. Kevin Hart, what he tweeted was 12 years ago. Then all of a sudden he was fired from hosting an award show of what he did 12 years ago on Twitter. Let it go. It's not worth getting offended over. I mean, that's like saying that The Rock should have been chosen for Dominic Toretto over Vin Diesel. Go fuck yourself. Vin Diesel plays a better Dominic Toretto than The Rock. Common sense is that what was done 20 years ago should have stayed 20 years ago. It shouldn't have been brought up years later because, oh my God, did you see Jimmy Fallon do that shit on SNL? Yeah. It was funny 20 years ago. But does anybody remember that? Probably not. Nobody would remember seeing anything 20 years ago, alone 30 years ago, or even 40 years ago. Unless all of a sudden, poof, it pops up in someone's head like, oh, okay, now I remember this one, yeah. But what was 40 years ago was 40 years ago. What was 30 years ago was 30 years ago. And what was 20 years ago was 20 years ago. So maybe you guys should stop pretending to be offended and actually grow the fuck up. Because all this shit is fake. And you're prolonging it because you want to have this agenda of firing somebody. Because they don't deserve to be where they're at. Because maybe you were the ones who's fucking stupid. Looks like they're talking. I mean, I don't know why this has to be so, grow the fuck up, man. Goddamn. Jim Fallon's a good guy, man. He's a funny dude. But don't think that he's going to get fired. If you all think he's going to get fired for what he did 20 years ago, you better think again. They're not going to fire his ass. Okay? Jimmy Fallon's a funny dude. Okay? He's a funny dude. And if you think, We gotta get Jimmy Fallon fired. Go fuck yourself. I mean, look, yeah, Jimmy Kimmel's a dick, but what he did 20 years ago was funny over 20 years ago. But I don't see a problem with that 20 years ago. Because maybe you should go back in time over 100 years ago, a little way over 100 years ago, where all the white actors and actors were wearing blackface in Birth of a Nation. Why don't you go ask the director who did the movie why he did that shit? Oh, that's right, he's fucking dead. Look, you had the Wayans brothers play white chicks. White chicks. Now that was fucking funny. But it also caused a stir, which it's a fucking movie. It's a fucking movie. I mean, shit. Maybe this is a middle finger to every single one of you fuckers who got offended by, oh my god, this guy did this thing 20 years ago or 30 years ago. Maybe the Wayans brothers are doing the White Chicks movie as a middle finger to you overly offended dumb shits at these overpriced daycare centers and shit. So I'm laughing here because I'm seeing this movie, The White Chicks, as a middle finger to every single overly offended dumb shit at these overly priced daycare centers and shit. And it is fucking funny. Yeah, I see it as funny. So go fuck yourself. Yeah, you overly sensitive, overly offended children at these overpriced daycare centers. Go fuck yourself and kiss my ass. I mean, think about it for a moment, folks. I mean, you don't see the Wayans brothers get put on blast for being portraying as white chicks, do you? No. But you go after white people that are wearing blackface. Look at Joy Behar, that fucking cunt. When she got called out by Don Jr., oh my god, oh holy shit, did you see Joy get put on blast? Whoopi jumped off her big ass and says, no, she did not. How about we find that footage and send it to Whoopi and Joy? See, you shell cunt, you did wore blackface. Yeah, it's over what, 40 plus years ago, in the 70s? But here's the thing. What happened back then should never be brought up now. Look. Yeah, she did that over 40 plus years ago? Oh my god, did you see what Joy Behar did? I'm not defending anybody. I'm just saying nobody was offended then because nobody said anything online or whatever. Not even news did the story on that. Why? Because nobody had the balls to say anything. Was I offended? Yeah. But was anything said? Yeah, but in private. I mean, shit, you got these fucking snowflakes who are complaining, bitchy moaning and shit.
Just in time. Admiral Ivanus' shuttle has already arrived. I hope you're ready. You're the one who needs to be ready. Yes, quite right. Steady, deep breath. Admiral Ivanus.
I think it's chicken shit, man.
I tell you what a singular honor and pleasure this is.
It is chicken shit.
You worthless incompetent.
If I did that, say, last year or 2 years ago, yeah, of course, I would get called out for it. I would be asked to delete everything I have online and never be on it again.
Silence! You pathetic excuse for an officer. I've come all the way here just to see you executed in person. No, sir. I can.
I just think that.
Keep talking, Burrell. What were you?
I mean, it's
Watch it.
yeah, I mean, this is so fucking dumb, man. You know. I find it very ironic and very stupid is that. Now, what happened 20 years ago should not been being warned about. Because it's like bringing up someone's past of some bad shit. So, would it be, what about then? No. But why now? You know? Jimmy Fallon, I mean, look. What he did 20 years ago was 20 years ago. And any of you overly sensitive, overly offended dumbasses should fucking grow up, okay? What he did then, he did then. You want him fired from the Tonight Show host position. Fuck you. I don't want him fired. I like him as the host. What he did 20 years ago was 20 years ago. He ain't going nowhere.
What if I'm implicated in this?
So, it's insane because, oh my God, we need to get him fired. No, we do not need him fired, okay? Jimmy Fallon is a good guy. He's good at what he does. Do I want him fired? No, I don't want him fired. Jimmy Kimmel? No. Because, look, if you want him fired for a show, good luck trying. Okay? Because what if this was brought up 30 years ago? Like 20 years later. Do you guys remember what Jimmy Fallon did 40 years ago on the SNL skit there? No, because no one gives a shit. Would I care? No. I wouldn't give a shit, because I wouldn't remember it then either. Plus I'll be 60-something, you know. What he did then, he did then. I'm not going to worry about it now or ever. Because what Jimmy Kimmel did 20 years ago was 20 years ago. Do I want him fired from his job? No. Because nobody's worrying about what he did 20 years ago. They're worrying about what he's doing now. Not over 20 years ago. Because that was history. That was 20 plus years ago. So why are you assholes so fucking worried about it? Well, it was 20 years ago. Big fucking deal. Do I like Jimmy Kimmel? No. But do I want him fired from a show? No. I like Jimmy Kimmel. I like Jimmy Fallon. Do I want to see him fired? No. Why? Because what he did was about 20 years ago. Am I worried about it? No, I'm not worried about it. Because it was 20 years ago. So some of you soft snowflakes who are so easily offended and overly, how you say it, soft. This is bullshit. So you dumb motherfuckers need to realize what was done then. Not now. So some of you motherfuckers need to grow the fuck up and leave Jimmy Fallon alone. He's a good guy. He's funny. In my opinion, he's doing a damn good fucking job. I don't care what he did 20 years ago, because that was a very much long fucking time ago. Am I worried about it? Fuck to the no. I'm not worried about it. If some of you feel so offended by it, go fuck yourself. I don't care if you're offended by it. You can kiss my ass for I'm concerned. For all I care, shit. I don't give a damn, man. Shit. If you're so fucking offended by what look, do any of you remember what you did 20 years ago or 30 years ago? Probably fucking not. Do I remember what I did 20 years ago? Or 30 years ago? Probably not. Because I was in high school then. I was a freshman then. So, no, I wouldn't remember back then what I did. If I did, I would probably remember what I did. And say what I did 30 years ago. But do I care? No. Because do I remember what I did? Do I remember what I did 20 years ago? Probably not. Depends on what I did. Do I remember what I did 10 years ago? Probably not. Depends on what I did 10 years ago. So, leave Jimmy Fallon alone. He ain't going to get fired. Because what he did was 20 years ago. And it was funny then. But do somebody think it's funny now? Probably not. Does he care about it? No. Because it was 20 years ago. So drop this fake offended bullshit. Because nobody cares about how you feel. Nobody cares about your fucking feelings, okay? So, take your complaints and bitchiness and go fuck yourself with it. Nobody cares, alright? Remember, it's all bullshit 20 years ago. It's bullshit now as it was 20 years ago. Am I worried about it? Fuck no. Hell no. Do I want to remember that 20 years ago? No, I don't want to remember that shit 20 years ago. Why? Because it's probably not worth remembering. Okay, so pull your head out of your fucking ass and shut the fuck up. Alright? Peace out.